still here?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mother.
Yes, but it's after 10 o'clock. Shouldn't you be at work?
It was just yesterday when Daddy gave me the new job. And besides, as the Director of Public Relations at Hollister Mall, I don't punch a time clock.
I thought you'd be anxious to start your new duties.
And I thought you'd be happy that I finally got a job.
Simply having a job isn't the point. It's what you do with
Mother,
it.
there's nothing to publicly relate yet.
Well, a responsible employee would find something.
As long as Father is pleased, what should you care? I mean, as long as I pay the rent.
Now, I am concerned that your father will not be as strict with you as he is with his other employees. I think I'd better talk to him about it.
Mother, why is it you're always insisting on making things harder for me?
That is not my intention. I'm merely trying to help you to be more responsible.
Responsibility? What is this? Don't you think I know what responsibility is? I mean, I was a mother and a wife for several years.
Yes, and you lost those privileges because of your irresponsibility.
That was cruel.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if the truth hurts. But there's another point, Miriam. As the mother of the new manager of public relations for the Hollister Mall, I can no longer supply you with a maid to serve your meals, make your bed, do your laundry.
Oh, come on, surely you don't expect me to do those things, not with me working.
I will expect another $50 to cover these services, besides the $50 you're already paying me, beginning with your first paycheck this Friday.
That's $100 a week. This is just ridiculous.
No, it is not. It is responsible for the services you've been getting.
Mother, I could get my own apartment for less than that.
Not at today's prices.
But why don't you... Won't you please just be nice to me when things are starting to look better? Why?
Miriam, I am trying to help you to become an adult.
Hold there, wait a minute. I'm Russ's father.
If you're looking for Russ, he's at class.
Looking for you. I want to talk to you.
Me?
Yeah. Now, you help you with the groceries.
No.
Well, come on, sit down. Come on. I'm not going to threaten you or scare you. Russ told you about me?
Yeah, I know.
What do you know?
Everything. Russ and I are very upfront with each other.
Good. Well, I'm going to be up front with you, too. Carrie, she thinks that you ought to leave Russ alone. Why don't you do that, huh?
Because I love him, and he needs me.
Does he love you?
Yes.
Well, you know what his mother thinks about this situation, you know?
Yeah, I know. And she knows what I think about it, too. She's just trying to run his life, just like she's run you.
Yeah, well, go on. Finish it.
Just like she's run yours.
Well, you got to try to understand where she's coming from. Our relationship, it's been pretty rough on her.
Yeah, what about Russ? Where were you when he needed a father?
Hiding. But look, I'm going to ask the questions here. What is this I hear about you singing, huh?
It's how I plan to support Russ through med school. I got my first job.
Yeah? Well, how much is it going to pay?
Saturday night, I make $75.
Boy, you're going to be rich.
I know it's not much to you, but it is to us.
Yeah, well, you're going to need every cent of it, too. Especially when the baby comes, huh?
How do you know about that?
You just told me. Are you going to tell Russ about the baby?
Of course I'm going to tell him. I just haven't found the right time yet. I mean, he might suspect something about my 8th month along, don't you think?
Is he going to marry you?
I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, what about this baby? What are you going to do about that?
It's a part of Russ. I love it already.
Yeah. You got guts, kid. I like you. Look, try to talk Russ into accepting that money, huh? No strings, and you can live happily ever after.
Good morning.
You mean good afternoon?
Oh, I had to work overtime last night.
Didn't we have a piece of pie in here somewhere?
Oh, it was delicious this morning at 2 when I came in.
Oh.
What's this?
Oh, it's a note from Peter.
Dear Mom, please remind Dad that he said I could have the car tonight. He was gone when I left for school. Thanks. Love, Peter.
I think he has a hot date.
Well, I got to go to work at 3, so I'm going to have to leave Scott a note. Seems we've been communicating a lot by cards and notes lately. Oh, we got another card from Laurie and Ben.
I never had time for notes on my honeymoons.
You look very nice today. Going on job interview?
Sort of. I have a luncheon date with John.
Oh, Mr. Durkin? Another one?
Now, don't try and talk me out of it, Terry, because I've already made up my mind. I'm going to ask him for a job.
I don't think that's wise, Nancy.
1 minute you complain because I'm not working. The next minute you're carrying on because you try and limit my possibilities.
Well, do you really think he's going to give you a job?
Why not? Says I'm cute and fun. Besides, he's rolling in dough.
Nancy, we need to talk. Do you have a minute?
Just about. Can't keep the silver fox waiting.
Silver Fox?
It's my name for him. He loves it. He could be a wolf, but I think those days are gone 15 years ago.
There's something I have to tell you. And
What is this, another talk about when am I leaving and that? Because if it is...
no,
you
no,
know,
no, no, it's nothing like that. In fact, you're welcome to stay as long as you want.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. So what is it then?
Well, there's something that Mother and I were talking about recently. About our past. Your past. We're really half-sisters.
That song and dance about her not being my mother.
You know?
She's just trying to cut me out of her will. Don't believe it. You never know. You gotta watch it. She might try the same thing with you. Oh, she's ridiculous. Listen, I gotta run, but I'll see you later, okay?
Hello? Yes, this is Jeff Cummings. Oh, Mr. Hawkins, you called back so soon. I hope it's good news. Oh, I see. They give a reason? All right. Thank you.
Lunch is ready. Oh, honey, what's wrong? Who was that?
That was the 7th Bank. Turned down our loan application.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you had your hopes up.
No, I'm fine. Really. In fact, I'm great.
Jeff.
No, I am, honey. Don't you see what this means? No more rejections.
You mean you're going to give up on your idea of buying the bookstore?
No, I think that's exactly what God wants us to do, is buy it.
Then what are you talking about?
Well, that was the 7th rejection. I've been reading in the Bible the number 7 symbolic of completion and fulfillment. Number 8 symbolizes new beginning.
You mean you're going to apply to bank number 8?
I don't know. But don't you see, Liz, we're getting closer to an answer to prayer.
So far, all I see is God telling us no. In the beginning, I tried to be optimistic about the bookstore being our answer, but Jeff, 7 rejections.
No, honey, I think that's what he wants us to do. That's his will. I agree. I wish he'd hurry up and show us.
Jeff, how do you know it's God's will?
I prayed about it.
Well, don't you think that we should stay open to other possibilities?
The way I see it, there aren't any right now.
Well, I saw a couple of good sales positions in the paper.
I don't think I should apply for them right now, Liz. I want to wait and see what God's going to do at the bookstore.
Well, after the visit to the hospital this afternoon, our chances of financing the bookstore may be even slimmer.
Oh, that's right. I put him off long enough. What time did the administrator say I was supposed to be there?
3:30. I sure hope they don't want much more money. Between the doctor and the hospital, we have barely enough left to even think about having our own business.
Oh, Nancy, come on in.
I'm surprised you still remember me.
I'm sorry I didn't return your calls. I've been really busy, and my mother's usually here.
And I thought we were supposed to be best friends.
Oh, we are. It's just that, well, I hated to tell you the news.
About the jobs falling through.
Well, about your job falling through.
It's all right. It's okay.
You're not mad?
No.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't call.
Oh, Miriam, don't be like that. We can trust each other. So tell me, what happened?
Well, actually what happened was there were some problems down at the mall, and Daddy had to cut the budget, so the position he had offered you is just no longer available.
Oh, so what about you now?
Well, I'm going to be the new Director of Public Relations for Hollister Mall.
Fantastic. Good for you. When
Thank
do you start?
Well, I was supposed to start today, but I took one look at the office and I said, no, I just refuse to work until some changes are made down there.
Like what?
Well, like the carpeting, the color is just all wrong. The desk is much too small, the wallpaper.
Well, I just hope my office is suitable.
You're, oh, do you have a job?
Yes, I
Do you?
think so. Do you remember that old guy, John Durkin, I was telling you about?
Oh, no, the one you've been buttering up.
The very same. Well, I had lunch with him today, and he said he's got a couple positions open. So.
Good,
Isn't that
it's great.
In fact, I'm going to have drinks with him this afternoon, so
All
maybe
right.
we'll both be in the money soon.
Well, not if my mother has anything to do with it. Can you believe that she has decided to double my room and board payment?
Oh, why? Because you got a job?
No, she wants to teach me some responsibility.
Oh, it sounds just like my sister. You know, she's driving me crazy. I got to get out of there
Well,
soon.
I feel the same way. It's the sooner the better to get out of here. In fact, my little mother is pushing me, I think, closer and closer to maybe a nervous breakdown. Do you want some?
No, thanks. I got to meet with Moneybags. You know, I got an idea. Why don't, after we start working, we get an apartment? We can share it. Share the expenses and everything.
I like that idea. And that would show my mother a thing or two.
Yeah, good idea. Listen, I gotta run, but maybe we can get together for dinner tonight. I'll pick you up about 8. Oh, actually, my nephew's got the car. Can you pick me up this
Oh,
evening?
sure, no
About
problem.
8 o'clock?
Okay.
Let me give you the address.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know where you live. Here. Write it down here.
It's real simple, actually. Great, we'll have so much to talk about.
Okay, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, good. See you later.
Bye. Good luck.
Oh, hi, come on in.
Is it cold outside?
Ooh, it's getting colder. I should have worn my coat.
The radio said it's supposed to dip into the 30s tonight.
Oh, I better tell Jeff to put up the heat. Oh, gee, I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Oh, no, these are just last-minute dinner instructions for Scott and Peter. I got a few minutes before I go to work.
Well, then I'll get right to the point. I'm concerned about Jeff becoming overly religious.
Well, that's a switch.
He's becoming such a fanatic, out of touch with reality.
Well, how?
Well, it's hard to explain. He's expecting God to do everything and not doing anything himself.
Well, can you be more specific?
Well, take buying this bookstore, for instance. I mean, 7 banks have turned us down, and Jeff is all excited because he thinks we're closer to God making it possible. Something about the number 7 in the Bible being symbolic and waiting on God. I'm concerned about him, Terry.
Is he in any other trouble?
Well, he's praying a lot, sometimes for hours, and he reads his Bible every time he gets a free minute. Can you be too religious?
Well, the Bible teaches that our lives should be in proper balance. You know, the mind, the body, and the spirit. But sometimes we get off balance in certain areas, and sometimes we have to have someone help us get back on the right track.
Then you think that Jeff needs help?
No, I didn't say that, but it probably wouldn't hurt to talk to Reverend Cruz about it. I mean, not to complain, just to talk. Jeff may be simply growing in his faith.
Maybe I'm concerned because I've never seen him trust anyone else like that. Just himself, you know. He always made his own hasty decisions.
Many men of faith have been labeled fanatics by people before they were understood. Anyway, compared to the problems you used to have, this one is really a blessing.
I'll have chocolate cake and coffee.
Yeah, I'll have the same.
Okay.
Well, I tell you, if Terry ever found out that I was eating dessert like this in the afternoon, I'd never hear the end of it.
I'm glad I ran into you, Scott.
Yeah, me too. You know, it was quite a coincidence. I was just thinking about you.
Well, I don't know if it's a coincidence.
And you planned it?
No, maybe God did. I need to talk to you.
Well, he's planned a few meetings for me like that, too. What's on your mind?
I'm having a problem in following his guidance.
Following his guidance or knowing what it is?
I guess knowing what it is.
Just proves you're human.
Well, if I only knew what to do, I'd do it.
You know, some things are laid out in the Bible very clearly, Jeff. You know, don't kill, don't steal, don't commit adultery. But in other areas, God deals with us individually.
What about when you pray for something and you don't know what to do next or if he's going to answer the prayer?
Now, you're talking about wanting to buy the bookstore.
Yes, Liz and I have been praying about it, and I feel it's God's will that we buy it, but every loan application we put in gets turned down.
Well, that doesn't mean the Lord hasn't answered your prayers, Jeff. It only means that he hasn't answered in the way you want him to. Now, just patient. Be patient. Trust him. The answer will come.
What do I do in the meantime?
Wait. But that doesn't mean you don't do anything. You have to continue checking out each possibility. There's nothing wrong in doing our part. I learned that while I was waiting 9 weeks during time I was unemployed.
Oh, that's right. You've just gone through this, haven't you?
And you know how many wild rabbits I chased after. It wasn't easy. But God did answer me, Jeff. Just be patient. He'll fill in the details.
Thanks, God. I'll work on it. Oh, by the way, I have to go in the hospital this afternoon and see the administrator.
I thought you were through with hospitals.
Well, I thought so too, but they summoned me back.
Must be important.
I don't know. I think they want more money. After 4 letters and a phone call, I feel it's time I quit stalling and get in there and face the music.
Oh, thank you. Look at the calories. You're ready.
Oh, Mr. Cummings, I'm so glad you could make it.
Thank you.
Won't you have a seat? May I get you a cup of coffee or tea or a cold drink?
No, I'm fine, really. As a matter of fact, I'm in excellent condition, like it never happened.
How are you feeling?
Like I said, great, never better.
Well, have you seen a doctor lately?
Only at a wedding I attended recently.
Oh?
He was getting married.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad you didn't bring your attorney, Mickey Duncan, with you.
It's Mitch Dunbar.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, you'd know.
I didn't think it'd be necessary.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. I think we can settle this out of court.
I hope so. It depends on your price.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, we want to be fair. That's the reason I made a special point to talk to you. We don't like these things unnecessarily prolonged.
I see.
We at the hospital want to treat all our patients fairly, regardless of how great or how small the ailment. It's our policy. We may make a few mistakes, but we believe in proper and speedy restitution. We don't like trouble.
If you're referring to me, just give me a chance.
Oh, no trouble.
Well, I can make arrangements.
Please don't. You'll agree with me once you've heard me out.
Well, what if I don't have enough?
Mr. Cummings, if you only give me a chance and not jump to conclusions.
All right, give it to me straight.
Well, in short, we at Kingsley General feel that we cannot expect any payments from you for the surgery or for any of your medical expenses, since it was an act of some supernatural.
God.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, Mr. Cummings, we'd like to return this check to you.
What? It's for $14,000.
Yes, every penny you paid us.
Praise God. Oh, praise God. Woo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you, too. God bless you. God bless everybody.
It's that kind of nut that makes us Christians look bad.
is it?
Vince.
You're just like your son, usually late.
Well, I had some political business to take care of. Did Russ call today, huh?
No, and I'm worried.
Well, it'll take him a little time to get adjusted. He'll call.
How did it go?
What?
Vince, you know what I'm talking about. Did you see the girl? Is she going to move out?
She loves the boy, Carrie.
I loved you, too. That didn't help us.
Well, they're not like us. At least Russ isn't tied to a woman he doesn't love. They're together because they want to be together.
They're together because she wants them together. Russ has a long way to go, not including internship. He's worked hard. I won't have him tied down to that skinny redhead.
No, she's not a bad girl, Carrie, and she does love him.
But Russ doesn't love her. He can't. He doesn't even want to marry her.
Well, maybe he'll change his mind later.
Vince, you're beginning to sound as if you agree with what he's doing.
Carrie, the girl is not important. What is crucial here is that Russ accept that money and finish his medical school. Now, I asked the girl if she'd try to talk him into it. I told her that his living alone is no longer a condition.
You what? How could you? This is life, Vince, not some paperback gothic. He's all I've got. You can't let that happen.